Pitch limits are one of the best things to be added to youth baseball here recently, but coaches can still really abuse your pitchers. And so here's a couple additional rules and ideas to follow to help keep your pitchers safe and healthy through their entire career. So one thing that is really important is to count pitches and not just innings. There's some organizations, some tournaments that you'll go and play, and the pitch counts are organized by innings. So what can happen is it doesn't accurately show what kind of stress is on the pitcher if we just go off of innings. So in USSSA, it's 3 innings, and then they can't pitch the next day. So what happens is if you go out and you throw 40 pitches in one inning, 40 pitches in another inning, you've only thrown 2 innings and you're technically eligible for the following day, but you've thrown 80 pitches in those 2 innings, which is a tremendous amount of stress on the body. So a better way to do it is just purely go off of pitches and do it smartly. MLB baseball makes recommendations per age. So just go over to MLB Pitch Smart and you can see all of these numbers that pop up per age group. 7 to 8-year-olds have a maximum amount of pitches of 50, and then if you throw under 20 pitches, you can throw the next day. If you throw 21 to 35 pitches, 1 day's rest. 36 to 50 pitches is 2 days rest, and then they don't recommend any further pitches after 50 because the maximum is 50 for 1 outing. Moving on to the 9 and 10-year-old, their maximum pitches moves up to 75 pitches, and the same daily limits apply as far as under 20 for 0 days, 21 to 35 for 1 day, 36 to 50 2 days, 51 to 65 3 days, and 66 plus for 4 days. That's also true for 11 and 12-year-olds, that their maximum moves up to 85 pitches. 13 and 14-year-olds, 15 and 16-year-olds move up to 95 maximum day pitches. Please keep in mind when we're talking about maximum pitches per game, keep in mind of the chronic workload of that specific pitcher. If they've been throwing a lot and they've been built up and worked up to that number, then it can be safe to throw that many. But it is not safe for a pitcher who's only thrown maybe 1 bullpen to go out on the weekend and then throw 95 pitches out on the mound. It's just not, their body's just not ready to handle that kind of stress for that long over that period of time. A good way to gauge on where your pitcher's at and what he can handle is by calculating your chronic workload. So you're going to take a look back on the amount of work, the amount of pitches over time that he has thrown, so that we can predict that his body is going to be ready to throw so many pitches or up towards the maximum amount of recommended pitches. The way we do that is we start working backwards. Ideally, we take about 8 weeks to start from 0 throwing. So maybe it's the off season, 0 throwing. We're going to take 8 weeks to build up to full game speed, throwing bullpens around 25, 30 pitches. And then from there, we're going to start looking at inter-squad scrimmages and things where we're starting to throw multiple innings. So now we're into the 10 to 12 weeks from off, and then once we get into games, if we've been building up correctly, we should be in the 3 to 4 innings range, ideally in the 50-60 category. And then as the season progresses, then continue to build from there. So then by the end of the season, then we might be where MLB's maximum pitches recommendations are. But up until probably the middle or the end of the season, it's probably not smart to be even coming close to what these maximum pitches are. As a general rule of thumb, I like to be exceptionally careful, especially with youth players, and the younger, be more and more careful. Don't go out and just throw them. Keep in mind they have 5, 8, 10, 15 years more of playing that they need to be healthy and ready for. We don't want to beat their bodies up so bad that they can't compete and play as they get older. We want them to stay fresh and healthy. So keep that in mind. It's really not about winning your 8U tournament. It's about getting them ready to really be successful once they get into high school, college, and beyond into pro ball.